Okay, so um, OAuth is a little tricky. It's not impossible, but it takes time and it's complicated. It's tricky. It's not complicated. It's tricky. That's the difference. What I did will allow you to check the front end if the user is registered, is authenticate, is the token that they use, and modify the front end. But if you need secret tokens and more advanced stuff, I highly recommend that you go to watch this video that is plain step by step how to do authentication tokens and how to handle those, because I didn't do that part. That was the bad news, by the way. Yes, Adora.
For the YouTube video, that's basically for like if I as the admin wanted to have my own secret login versus the public.
And you
Duly
need,
noted, and I'll keep it. Thank
yeah,
you.
and you need that the user have an authentication code, so you will give that user special permissions to do different things in your platform. That's more advanced than the thing that I did. Fair warning. But that video is really good, and he's doing everything from scratch, so you understand what he's doing, because what I did, it looks like magic. Like, what kind of sorcery is this thing? He explained what kind of sorcery is this thing. Okay, saying that, let me share my screen and I will show you. Let's do this together. So far, I have this thing, localhost 300. I think I show you this is working. No, it wasn't that. It prints everything and it makes this. Come on, show me your. Why are you not showing me your fetch? Well, it's doing the fetch. Here you are. Anyway, the object. I have this code. Uh, which is the code that we are seeing in everybody, the server and the components and my app. And my server is actually running on 500. So I will kill my server here because we need to do a couple of things before doing the and I will kill my server here. That's the front end. And the first thing that you need to do is go to Auth. Is auth.com. And it will take you to this page. I need to log in because I already have an account, but you can sign up. And it will take you to this Manage OAuth page. me see if I can put this in the chat. I don't lose the chat. There. And you want to go to applications, create an application. And you have a Node Express, so you need to work with regular web applications. And you can call this whatever you call it. And it will bring you to this, and you say here that your backend is in Express and that you want to integrate with your app. You say save settings and continue. And it will bring you to this, which is good. But first we need to do that Express OpenAI Connect. So let's copy this actually. But let's copy this one, Express Connect. And go to your server side in the server and do npm install save. So it will store in the package JSON, and you do Express Open blah blah blah. Express OpenID Connect. There. There's my server. Okay. That'll give us a very cool thing. So let's copy this line first. And let's put it here. I'll put it before node. And let's do the config and put it on top of the port. And you will need to copy all these things because those are your secrets. So actually that thing should be here on your MV file. And you need to put this in uppercase, so secret equal the double quotes, no comma. Your base URL, the double quotes, ID, double quotes, we'll call this just issuer. So no errors here. Oh, the secret, they ask you for a long randomly generated string store. So this thing, how is this? VS Code has extension that is called random everything, that you open with Command P. Yes, it's Command Shift P. And and it's here, random letters and numbers. No, but it's here. So Command Shift P, random letters and numbers, and it will create a random string for you if you see it, what I have in here. I think it's too short, so I will copy again, paste it, change some things randomly. So it will be very random. I think good, that's good enough. That's how you can generate random things if you need it. Okay, so now in your server, this will actually come from your process M. So this is process M secret. Process base URL. Process.m client ID. Process.m dot that's the config. The other thing that they give you is that this middleware. So we need to copy that too. And actually need to be on top of here before the build. And because we are using now this middleware, we need to move this one a little. Remember that the server is reading line by line the file. So this one actually needs to be after the first get. And I will explain you why in a minute. And basically here with this middle thing, the request now has this cool object that check a lot of things for users. So for example, here in your get, in your first line, if you do, what's my code? You check now because we put the middleware here. Wait. Sorry, it actually need to go before the course here. So now you have access to this amazing object that is the OECD. So for example, here in your get, if you do request .oec dot, it will check if it's token claims, if it's authenticate, and it will give you even user. It's pretty cool. It's one of those sorceries that it comes with the package. So for now, let's do just console log to see if it's authenticate, just to know what is happening. This is a function. Change also the port to be very close to the 300 of React. And I need to change that port into places. The proxy is over here too. Okay, so now if I go, it's not there. If I go to my server and start again, you will see this error. Don't pay attention to this error. It's just because we are not using HTTPS. We are just an STTP, but it's actually not an error yet. It will get complicated when we are going. I need to start my client too. Okay, so client is working regular, but let's see the server, because I say the server is 301. Here is the server, and if I check, it prints false because I'm not authenticated, which is very cool. So far, it's the only thing that I've done, so it doesn't do anything more of that. So okay, let's create a route for authenticate me. But how you do that real, like in real life, how you authenticate? Well, you have in the front end a couple of buttons that say login, logout, right? So let's do that first before going. So on my components, I will create one that it calls login, login.js, and it's very basic, 2 components. And I will put it in an ad bar just because I can, basically. Default login, and this thing has a return that is option. Navbar, Ali, with an A tag. I would say login. And the app tag has to have a each reference. And here I need to put my server side, because otherwise React will not know what is this thing. So I need to put here, because this is not just bringing a component, it will bring the whole HTML of Auth that I will show you in a minute. And let's do the same, but with logout. So here is logout, and here is logout. Very basic component. And I will put it in my app. So I will log in here as a component. And if I check my React, I see it here, 2 buttons, login, logout. The cool thing is I'm not doing anything just yet. but it's already giving me a get response. Is I know it's because I'm having an error. Yeah, because I'm not doing anything just yet. Okay, yeah, I bring this in the front end, but I don't have anything in the back end just yet. So it's complaining. Um, but it's okay because we will, the next thing that we will do is bring something to the back end to do that connection. So what can we do in the back end? We need to do another fetch, another router, sorry. So here in my server, I will create another one very similar to this. But it will be a router for the user authenticate. Um, so I think that a good route for us is API/me. I don't need this one. But I need to check if the user is authenticated. So I need an if with the same thing, request dot OIDC dot is authenticate. And if the user is authenticated, then I will do the response. Response state JSON. And this will bring the whole user, which is pretty cool. And we will see it printed. It will bring a lot of things of the user. Else, I will do status. Sorry for one. .json. And for now, let's do an empty object. And put Aaron in the out, just for sanity reasons. Okay, so now I have an endpoint for checking if I have a user authenticate. So you already know how to do that in the front end. You did that with the students. It's very similar. Let me the whole process. So in my login, I need to import use state and use effect. And I need a state that is basically the user, set user. And in the first will be undefined because that's what it returns when nobody is logging. Um, and I need the function load user, which is an anonymous function. That will be doing the fetch. And we are doing the fetch to the API me. And this is a response on a promise. So we do then. And we have a response here, which take an anonymous function. And I will do a couple of things here. So I will using breakers because I will check if response status is equal to 200. Then I will do return response.json. Otherwise, return undefined again. And then I need my second then. Which hopefully will take user at this point. And it's also an anonymous function. And at this point, I can set user to user. And in the same thing that I did with the students, I need to use the use effect, which is a function that takes as the first parameter an anonymous function that calls out user, that function that I just did. And as the second parameter, and an empty list.
Christina, I have a question.
Mhm.
For line 5, is it use state or you put use effect for a reason?
Like, oh, use state. Yeah, thank you.
Mhm.
Use state. Let's use user. How can you use user? So we can say if there is no user, I will bring the login. Right? If there is, I will say hello user. Let's do email. Bring the log out. That one. This one is that one. What are you complaining about? There is a user able to end all this. If there is not, I will ask for the logout. Where are you complaining? If all of this work. Start. So far so good. New store. So good. And I have a problem with the login in because it's telling me that I need to go to 301. So if I be here on 301, what did you catch? Okay. So let's move the out to after. Let's move this one from 300. And let's in the application, in settings, let's add one with 301 as an authorization URL and 101 authorization URL. And let's start again. Core host 300. What is in the get? Sure. Still telling me that go to 301 for the login. So if I go to 301 login, that site can be reached because this is wrong. Okay. So the problem is the user base URL. And let me see. So I log 101. See the login because this is production. Verify log 300. See the login. It's all giving me an error. copy this domain. To this one. It falls because I'm not authenticate. If I go to login, there it is. It brings automatically this thing, and I will teach you now that you can configure this, and you accept, and you will return it to 301, which is not exactly what I want, because I need to still be in 300, but it's bringing my email, which is cool, and it's doing the logout, and it's printing all the information of the user. No, it's not. Why are you not printing all the information of the user? Put a console log user. Why not? Oh, wait, is the dot user. Change to true, which is we are very close to made it. Okay, you have to restart everything. We are here on the 300. Do the logout, and it's giving me the server direction, because that's the problem with Auth. It's not React, but I'm asking, and it works kind of. Bring my user, and now I should be all my data, exactly. So that Auth, it will bring you all these things, but check that in this basic configuration, it will not bring me the token. So that's the reason you need to do a more complicated call if you want to do the token.
To refresh the token? Or-
But I don't want to use the email. I will use the nickname. So I will change here user nickname. Or if I do logout, it logout me out, but it always send me to production, because Auth is not. So the thing is that Create React app, the thing that allows you to have a dev environment and a production environment, is very particular. It's only work for React. The rest of the servers, they only understand that you have one server production. They don't know why you have two. So it's the tricky part of the login logout. You can configure this thing here. Basically, you can change the logo and the name. um, just in this dashboard, so you don't need to go in the code to change this one. Where else did I want to show you? Oh yes, I actually want to do, if you are not logged in, you can't use the API. Because it's way too easy, just have your name, but let's do real interactions. So in that case, this thing should be not in the login, because the login is only controlling the hello part. And I want to control here in the app if you see the weather or not seeing the weather. So I will bring all these things to the app. This one, because I don't need it in the app anymore. In the login, sorry. And I know that I will have user here as a props. So I need to pass user as a props. And I will say pretty much the same that I did in the other part. So if there is a user, show the weather. Come on. If not, I will bring an S3 tag. I say, please log in to use our services. I should start everything. Let's log in to user service. Login. There is the service, and this thing should be still working. Still working. Log out. Now, how I stop doing this 301? Well, I need to move everything to production. So if I run npm run build, and restart my server, and do everything in 301, I see all working without problems. Let's do the whole thing. This is working. I'm seeing the user. I want to do git status. Okay, I will do git check out branch. It's called Auth. Now I can do git app everything. Git commit out working. Report origin. Wow. Go to my GitHub. I can do a pull request. This is the thing that I will put it in the or file that I don't have open in them. Whole process. 100 millions of questions. How complicated it seems. It's tricky. It's not that complicated. It's just tricky. Yeah, it just has these little details. It's tricky.
Christina, you said doing the access tokens is more complicated. Are there some cases where just by the user granting access, that then it accesses the tokens as well? It's dependent on the API, right?
It's depending on the API.
Okay, so I think mine does that.
Or you can do what I did. What that honestly was the thing that mostly the people in the last cohort did, is that you hide the whole service to the user that is not authenticate. Like if you are not authenticated, you can see the search for the weather component, but the weather component doesn't need anything from the user, right? Like I'm not using anything from the user for that API. Is that you are hidden the whole service to the user that is not authenticated. So the page from the user that is not authenticated, it will be like an about or please log in to use our service and things like that. But your API call is actually done asking anything from the user. Like, well, it simplifies that because you have the API connection. Like I have the API connection from the weather is working independently if the user is authenticated or not. I'm just hiding that thing for the user that is not authenticated. But again, the video that I told you is really good. You can also use the authentication only in the front end with React is valid because you are doing the same thing. You don't need anything from the user really. just hiding things for the user that is not authenticated.
I don't get the not asking the user for anything.
You have default values set up for your API. Like the weather API. Like I don't need that the user give me anything about the user to search for the weather. I was just hiding the service to the user that is not authenticated.